Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Erased Episode 11, titled Future. After revealing who he really is, the kidnapper leaves Satoru to drown. Is it all over for Satoru? And now, as it was revealed to everyone in the last episode, the killer is in fact the teacher. And the only motive behind his killings is just he makes him feel powerful. Makes him feel like he has control over some aspect of his life by taking control over others. And yeah, so great great motive. Even even for something that has no real motive as killing someone, let alone killing a child. That sucks. That's just a shithouse motive. But I mean, it's not unrealistic. You've had people commit it for even worse. So yeah. Anyway, um, so I got told once again in the comments to pay closer attention to the opening, and I don't know what I'm still missing. Because obviously, it's not the scene where it flashes from Satoru to the killer, giving us a shot of a look at his face in the future. It's not the film reel where it's the mother and the teacher in the same panel, abuser and killer in the same panel with their eyes crossed out. The flood could be in reference to Satoru being driven into that frozen lake. Now that could well be it, because not taking that a little out of the literalness of just a rush of water racing towards Satoru, not necessarily being a flood of the school. But yeah, so I am interested to see how Satoru gets out of that. Is his last ditch plea of "I know your future" going to save him? Because, like I said, even in the original timeline, he didn't know the teacher's future. Like, he knew that in the original timeline, it was Kaio, um, Aya. Was that a name? Aya? Whatever the one from the other school is. And then Hiromi. And then disappeared. Well, stopped killing. Obviously, the teacher was still there because he taught them the next year. Their primary school does finish in year 6, not year 5, right? Whatever. And then after that, he didn't know anything about the teacher. So, he is his last ditch effort a lie? And even if it is, he doesn't know what's going to happen now. So, yeah. But let's see if I can pick up anything even minute in the opening, because I'll be paying much closer attention. Let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm assuming this is the teacher. They do say they usually start with animals. but he's also followed by, yeah. I have actually heard that one before. Hmm. Oh, well, that's not going to help my analysis of the opening. If you take Satoru out of the opening, that's not going to help me analyze. Yuki's eyes aren't crossed out. Their eyes aren't. Interesting. Yuki's no longer in prison either. Hmm. Now, I had heard something about this change to the opening, them removing characters. I thought it was progressively that characters were taken out. I didn't realize it was Satoru himself. So, is this the past or the future? That is surprising. to minimize the effects of muscle atrophy and all of that, so that he can actually move around when he wake. Well, if, but it is interesting that they're using his younger voice as the internal. Interesting. So he's got the younger voice because he doesn't remember that he was an adult before. Interesting. Hiromi in Kenya? Hmm. That was surprising. Interesting. Hmm. seems he's got his skills at drawing. I thought that was the flash of a scope, but I'm assuming the director is the teacher. Who is that child? Oh, it's the reporters. Wow. I mean, for him, it's only been 5. They're wanting to find out who it was. was correct about that. That was a weird sound cue. Why do I have a feeling she's going to need to be saved from? I'm assuming the roof. Hmm, figured it. You still got that nervous tick. Is this a play or? Oh, really? That's where they end it? Is that a play though? That is the question. Okay. You know, I'm half tempted to go back an episode, watch the opening from that, just so I can actually analyze it like I was going to, but. I mean, we can skip over the scene at the theater because that's just adult Satoru and young Satoru. Um, whatever. Oh, we don't know about what happened to the other two friends as they grew up. Are those four in the background there in the revised one? As I've said, I love dynamic openings where something happens in the show that causes the opening to be changed. Yeah, no, they're still there. So far, it is literally just Satoru gets removed. Let's check the next one with the three. You know, that's still the same. Then there's meant to be Satoru on the bottom step. But the rest of that's the same. It is just... So far it is literally just Satoru has been removed. And also the X's have been removed from the eyes in the flashback. Which... it makes... for the most part, it makes sense that they had crossed eyes. Because, well... the suspects, like Yuki had his eyes crossed out. The teacher and the mum had theirs crossed out. For some, I still don't understand why Kenya's in this. Like, sure, he's overly perceptive, but he was never an antagonistic force. Unless, of course, I was wrong and it was in fact him that was talking to the teacher that night at the school. Is that ever addressed? Or am I meant to assume that that is when Kenya was told about Kaio and Satoru sharing a birthday? Like, because other than that, I can't think of any other reason why Kenya would be there. And, of course, the manager who drew him in with pleasantries and then almost got him arrested the first time in the future, and the reporter who it was a little red herring as to him potentially being the one who did it, but yeah. Then we've got the scene of the three, the three killed from the first timeline, I guess. Well, technically Irie wasn't, but you've got the mum, Kaio, and Irie with Satoru in the background. He's obviously removed, and then it flickers to the further adult version of the teacher. It looks absolutely nothing like does in the films reels, so yeah, I can understand how even showing his face in this isn't giving away that it's him. Then there's just some flashes of Satoru. I guess it does make sense. Them also removing this scene in the opening. Where is it? This one always confused me, because I've always been under the assumption that that is meant to be Yuki. Yet, in the revised one, where they've removed Satoru from the opening, that scene's also empty. So, is that meant to actually have been Satoru in the prison cell? Still have Kaio in the shed, and Irie and the mum under the blood splatter, and also that Reaper holding a child that still yet to have any real importance. Another shot of Satoru, another shot of young Satoru. There's the house explosion. The kids. Ooh. Hello. I may have just found out what I've been told to search for. I may have just been told what to look for, what I was looking for. Interesting. Huh. Because we'd never gotten a good look at his face, like his full body and everything. That was just a split second pause, by the way. I was about to flick over to see if there was any like visual discrepancies between that and the current one, and I just happened to pause on this scene. Interesting. Yeah. I'm going to assume that that's it. Just yeah, because then the rest is just scenery with no people in it. So I'm going to assume that that is what I was meant to have found out. Which I guess, like, I assumed that was the case anyway. But I assumed that the bullet flying towards Satoru was from the killer. And as I said, they do enough in changing the model between the teacher and the actual one in the future that visually, even if I'd have spotted that, I don't think I'd have. Gotta see if I can try and stop it again. Nah, I missed it that time. Yeah. I don't think there's any way that. Like, his whole face has changed. But, yeah. Huh. But, anyway, I'm going to have to remember the time when I spotted that, because I'm going to have to put a timestamp in this at the start. But, anyway, yeah, so I guess I'm going out assuming that's what I was meant to have spotted in the opening. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.